I figured out the study mistakes you wish someone had slapped you in the face with sooner. You know that feeling when you spend hours cramming only to sit in the test and your brain decides to go on vacation? Yeah, it makes you feel like an idiot. And the worst part? You bust your ass, waste your weekends, and still get nothing but mediocre results. But the problem isn't your effort, it's the dumb mistakes you keep making without even realizing it. In this video, I'm breaking down 8 study screw-ups that are keeping you stuck like a headless chicken. So let's get started. 8. Ignoring how you actually learn best. You're out here cramming with flashcards because everyone swears by them. But are they even your thing? If you're a visual learner, sure, flashcards can work, but your brain probably lights up more with colorful charts, mind maps, or doodles. Or maybe you're the auditory type who retains more from listening to recorded lectures on repeat or reading notes out loud to yourself, or your poor dog. And if you're a kinesthetic learner, sitting still for hours with flashcards is your worst nightmare. Your brain works better when you're moving, like pacing around, flipping those cards like you're shuffling a deck, or solving problems by actually doing. The point is, you're sticking to one-size-fits-all study hacks, and it's as effective as trying to fit into a toddler's t-shirt. Completely pointless and straight-up ridiculous. Here's the hard truth. If you don't figure out what works for your brain, you're wasting time and effort like an idiot. Stop blindly copying your friends' methods just because they aced a test. They might be wired completely differently. Take some time to experiment. Try audio, visuals, hands-on techniques, or a mix of all three. Yeah, it'll feel like trial and error at first, but once you crack the code, studying will stop being such a soul-sucking chore. 7. Studying without a plan. If you're jumping into studying without a plan, congrats, genius. You've just turned your brain into a hamster on a wheel. You think you're making progress, but all you're doing is spinning in circles like an idiot, hoping something magically sticks. Flipping pages at random, rereading notes you barely understand, jumping chapters like you're channel surfing. Yeah, that's not studying. That's a fast track to academic failure. Here's a better idea. Break your study sessions into bite-sized goals, but don't just list random topics. Target the ones you suck at. Seriously, focus on your weaknesses instead of wasting time on stuff you already know, you idiot. Prioritize the areas that need the most attention. Set realistic deadlines and actually stick to them. 6. Highlighting everything. Seriously, what's the point of turning your book into a rainbow if you're not actually absorbing anything? You're not studying. You're just wasting highlighter ink and calling it progress, you idiot. Let's be real. If everything is important, then nothing is. Your brain can't tell the difference between the key points and the fluff because you didn't bother to differentiate them. Instead, use your brain for once and highlight only the essential stuff. Key terms, concepts, and things your professor won't shut up about, those deserve the spotlight. Be smart, highlight less, and actually think about what you're reading. 5. Skipping breaks to save time. Look, airhead, I get it. You think skipping breaks is the ultimate productivity hack to save time. But guess what? You're not a robot. When you push through endless hours of studying without stopping, your brain shuts down faster than your phone on 1% battery. Those marathon sessions you're so proud of, they're the reason you're blanking out during tests and forgetting everything you just read. Your brain needs a breather to recharge and actually absorb the info, even if it's just 5 minutes to stretch or grab a snack. Breaks aren't a waste of time. Think of them like fuel stops during a road trip. Without them, you're running on fumes, and instead of cruising through your study goals, you're crashing halfway through. So stop pretending you're a machine and step away for a minute. Walk around or just stare out the window. You'll come back sharper, more focused, and less likely to zone out like a goldfish. 4. Relying only on rereading. Rereading is the biggest lie you're telling yourself when it comes to studying. Sure, it feels productive. Your eyes are moving, you're holding the book, and maybe you're even highlighting some random lines to make it look like you're working hard. But in reality, your brain isn't doing squat. It's just cruising on autopilot, coasting through the words without actually soaking up any of the information. You're basically wasting time, you idiot. Real learning comes from making your brain work, like testing yourself, connecting ideas, or even teaching what you just learned to your dog if no one else will listen. Stop being lazy, toss out the rereading crutch, and get your brain off autopilot. Otherwise, you're just memorizing the shape of the words, not what they actually mean. 3. Memorizing without actually understanding. It's like trying to build a house on quicksand and wondering why the whole thing collapses when the wind blows. You cram a bunch of facts into your brain like it's a junk drawer, but the moment someone asks you explain what you memorized, blank stare, nothing there. Because guess what, genius? Memorizing words without grasping their meaning is just you playing yourself. You're not a parrot, so stop acting like one. If you don't take the time to actually understand the material, all that memorization is useless. It's not about how much you can shove in your brain, but how well you can use what's in there. So quit being a lazy, shortcut-loving fool. Slow down, connect the dots, and learn the why behind the facts. Otherwise, don't come crying when your mental house of cards comes crashing down. 2. Ignoring practice questions. Really? What's wrong with you? Skipping practice questions is like trying to win a game without ever playing a single practice match. They're your secret weapon to pinpoint your weaknesses and fix them before it's too late. But no, instead of doing something productive, you're probably just rereading your notes for the 100th time like a clueless idiot. And don't even start with the "I don't have time" excuse. You have time to scroll TikTok for an hour, but not to answer a few practice questions. Ridiculous. Practice tests show you what you know, what you don't, and what you're pretending to know. So stop being lazy, grab those practice questions, struggle through them, and watch your brain level up. Or keep skipping them and enjoy staying at the bottom of the academic food chain. Your call. 1. Skipping sleep for more study time. Oh, so you think you're some kind of superhero who doesn't need sleep to function? Let me tell you something, genius. Skipping sleep to study more is the dumbest move you can make. Your brain isn't some magical sponge that absorbs information while running on fumes. Instead, you're turning it into a mushy, dysfunctional mess. What's the point of cramming all night if you wake up and can't even remember your own name, let alone the material for your test? Sleep isn't optional, it's mandatory, you idiot. It's when your brain files away everything you studied. So if you skip it, you're flushing all that effort straight down the drain. Don't believe me? A study published in the Cognitive Brain Research found that people who got solid REM sleep improved their problem-solving skills by 32%. 32%! Meanwhile, you're over there sacrificing sleep to study harder, only to wake up with the cognitive ability of a potato. Staying up all night isn't impressive, it's stupid. So if you actually want to crush your tests instead of crashing, close the books and get some damn sleep. If you like the video, share it with that friend who's as desperate as you are and got a study mistake you've made and learned from. Drop it in the comments. I doubt you'll admit it, but surprise me. See you in the next video. If not, well, you're dumber than I thought.